Hello everyone. In previous lecture we discussed benzene mechanism. Generally, the aryl halides are capable of doing reaction via benzene mechanism involving sodium amide in liquid ammonia. For example, chlorobenzene can be converted to aniline. Under this condition, the reaction involves two stages. Number one, elimination and addition. The intermediate is the molecule called benzene or dihydrobenzene. Benzene has the structure in which an additional bond is formed between two carbon atoms, that is, one originally holding the halogen and other one adjacent holding the hydrogen by sidewise overlap of sp2 orbitals. Then we discuss the mechanism of the reaction in which the elimination stage is the benzene formed involves two steps: abstraction of proton in step number 1 by the amide ion to form ammonia and carbanion, which then loses halide ion in step number 2 to form benzene. The addition stage in which the benzene is consumed by attachment of amide ion in step number 3 to form carbanion, which then abstract the proton in step number 4 from the acid and the halogen to form aniline. This is about the benzene mechanism. Friends, today we will start the remaining part of alkyl and aryl halide, that is, first aryl halide, in which we discuss the evidences of benzene mechanism. When chlorobenzene, in which the carbon attached to the chlorine atom was labeled with carbon 14 and was allowed to react with the amide ion, in half of the aniline obtained, the amino group was held by carbon 14 and in half it was held by adjacent carbon atom, and this is interpreted by the fact that in benzene the labeled carbon and adjacent carbon atom become equivalent and NH2 minus adds randomly to both the carbons. Means here this is a simple reaction. This is the structure of chlorobenzene. Here in chlorobenzene, and this is the position of labeled carbon. If I mention this is black, right? That means carbon 14. It is treated with sodamide, that means NaNH2 in presence of liquid ammonia. Here the first step is, we know the benzene mechanism. First step is in NH2 minus it will abstract this proton, and here we get the carbanion. Now then delocalization of this carbanion, simultaneously departure of this good leaving group, we get the benzene intermediate. In next step, the NH2 minus it having the two choice. That means first one this is labeled carbon and this is not a labeled carbon. That means when NH2 minus attack at the labeled carbon, we get the 47% aniline, and when this attack from this direction or this position, we get the 53% aniline. That means the final product having half of amino group was held by carbon 14 and in half it was held by adjacent carbon atom. Then next, the compound containing two groups ortho to the halogen do not react at all. This is the structure of 2-bromo-3-methyl anisole. They do not react with the NH2 minus as there is no orthohydrogen. That means when we see the structure of this 2-bromo-3-methyl anisole, here adjacent to this bromine, here these two positions are blocked. That means here the presence of two groups, that means this OCH3 group and here CH3 group. And for benzene mechanism, we require the hydrogen, that means adjacent to good living group we require hydrogen. But here in such a case it is not happen here. That means here Br is adjacent to OCH3 group, and here this bromine is adjacent to CH3 group. That means here no ortho hydrogen to be lost and benzene cannot form. Therefore we can say it is no reaction. Next, the both metabromoanisole and orthobromoanisole yield the same product because both form same benzene intermediate. That means both metabromoanisole and orthobromoanisole yield the same product because both form the same benzene intermediate. The orthoisomer forms the benzene as shown below by abstracting the adjacent hydrogen by accepting the adjacent hydrogen. And in case of meta isomer, it has two choice of adjacent hydrogen. However, the aryl carbanion, that is second, aryl carbanion, that is second, is preferred over the third. In second, the negative charge is stabilized because of adjacent OCH3 group. That means this negative charge is stabilized by adjacent OCH3 group, that is electron withdrawing group by inductive effect. Therefore, the same, that means the benzene fourth, that means this fourth structure benzene is formed in the both the case. This is the simple explanation. That means I have repeated here. Orthobromoanisole when treatment with the NaNH2 in presence of liquid ammonia. Here the first step is there is abstraction of this proton and we get carbanion. When this carbanion is delocalized, simultaneously there is departure of this good living group and we get the structure number 1. In second, that is metabromoanisole on treatment with NaNH2 in presence of liquid ammonia, it having two choice. That means here one hydrogen and this is here second hydrogen. And here when NH2 minus it will abstract this proton, we get the second, and NH2 minus abstract proton from this direction, this position, here we get the third. This is less stable and this is more stable. Why this is more stable? Because it is stabilized by the OCH3, that means the electron withdrawing group by the inductive effect. Therefore this is more stable as compared to third. And here finally we get the fourth structure, that means the benzene intermediate. Now then NH2 minus it will be attacked here and this will be attacked this position, it become here a negative charge. Now the next steps here the on treatment with NH3 it will abstract this proton and here we get the M-anisine. Now then the last point, reactivity and relative strength of carbon halogen bond in alkyl, allyl, benzyl, vinyl and aryl halide. Friends, the functional group of organic halide is a carbon halogen bond. The common halogen being fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Consequently, this functional group is polarized so that the carbon is electrophilic and the halogen is nucleophilic. With exceptions of iodine, these halogens have electronegativities significantly greater than carbon. Here, the two characteristics other than electronegativity also have an important influence on the chemical behavior of this compound. The first, this is a covalent bond strength. The strongest of the carbon halogen covalent bond is that to fluorine. Remarkably, this is the strongest common single bond to carbon, being roughly 30 kilocalorie per mole stronger than carbon-carbon bond and at about 15 kilocalorie per mole stronger than carbon hydrogen bond. Because of this, alkyl fluoride and fluorocarbons in general are chemically and thermodynamically quite stable and do not share any of the reactivity pattern shown by the other alkyl halide. The carbon chlorine covalent bond is slightly weaker than carbon carbon bond, and the bonds to the other halogen are weaker still. The bond to iodine being about 33% weaker, and the second factor to be considered is the relative stability of the corresponding halide ion, which is likely the form in which this electronegative atom will be replaced. This stability may be estimated from the relative acidities of the HX acid, assuming that the strongest acid releases the most stable conjugate base, that is halide ion, with exceptions of HF having pK value is 3.2. All the hydrohalic acids are very strong, small differences being in the direction. That means first one is hydrogen iodide, then HBr, then HCl. The characteristics noted above leads to and anticipate certain types of reaction that are likely to occur with alkyl, allyl and benzyl halide. So friends, it's about the evidences of benzene mechanism. Never miss a video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this is about the end of the chapter alkyl and aryl halides. Okay, thank you.